Did you work in the nighttime? So my construction job that I worked, I get picked up first on the route, and I get picked up a few minutes after 6 o'clock in the morning. We had to make 6 other stops, and those guys weren't always ready, you know. And by the time we got to work, it'd usually be 7:30 or 8, and then we'd leave work around 4:30, usually be home by like 5:30 or 6 in the evening. And around 6 in the evening, one night a week, I would go clean out horse stalls for this English lady that had a horse grooming or a horse boarding place. And it was kind of a job that a lot of the kids in the community or the neighborhood had. And when this one guy was going to quit, he was getting old enough to start keeping his own money from his job. So he didn't want to do that job anymore, so he offered it to me, and I accepted. And we would clean out 10 horse stalls, load it into wheelbarrows and haul it about 100 yards out and dump it on a pile. And then we'd have 2 big gravity wagons full of sawdust that we had to shovel back into these 10 horse stalls. And usually we worked for about 5.5 hours. 5 on a good night, but sometimes it took a little bit longer. And you'd get home about 11:30, you know, just sweaty, tired, but you had a check for $30, and that really meant a lot to me back then. And one night every other week we'd do a smaller barn, but on that one we could use a John Deere Gator, and that was always kind of fun. We'd, you know, put the manure in the back and haul it out and dump it, and that one was always a little more fun because you got to drive the Gator. We always took turns. My parents were kind enough to let me keep that money. Otherwise I wouldn't have done the extra work, obviously. And I also took a couple jobs, painted a roof for a guy in Fredericktown, and you know, I just talked to the guy directly. I was probably 16 years old, and worked up a price and went and painted it for him, and did a couple other projects like that. So yeah, any work that I did on the side, my dad would usually allow me to keep the money. The one time I did a side job, you know, I did a roof, and he asked me, you know, where the money was, and I said, you were never there, you know. I was the one who showed up and did the work. I took the job. You know, you're not going to see that money. And he left it at that.